Hi humans! Today I'm going to be sharing how I got over my fear of roller coasters, how you can too, and I'm going to share a quick story about the first time I rode a really big roller coaster. I really think my story might be able to help you guys, and that last video is popping off like what the heck's going on? Actually, what's going on with that video? So many people are watching it. This is too much. No, I really just think it can help you guys. Plus I'm trying to ride the success of that last video and get more views. Anyways, on to the story. To start the story, we're gonna have to time travel back in time.
Let's go on a journey through all time.
When I was a wee lad at 7 years old, I got the opportunity to go to my very first amusement park, Magic Springs in Crystal Falls in Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you're familiar, I'm very surprised. I got to go there with my best friend Ashton. Nothing could go wrong this day. I was ready to ride my first roller coaster because I knew I loved them. We get to the park, I'm so excited as we're walking up to my very first roller coaster, and then I see the lift hill. It's tall, astronomically tall. It's only 100 feet, but to 7-year-old me, it was like outer space tall. I remember seeing it, getting very scared, and then just not looking at it anymore. I literally focused on the little hills right before the station and told myself that, you know, this is actually a small roller coaster. It won't be bad, it'll be fine. These little hills are totally disconnected from that gigantic scary thing that we're not gonna think about. And that was my logic as a 7-year-old. We get on the ride and we're still talking away on the lift hill, and then I realize we are above the treetops. That's when the reality of the situation kind of dawns on me, on my little 7-year-old mind. So innocent, so pure, so unexposed. That pang of nervousness that I felt was now amplified by times like a million. I was so short and we were sitting near the back of the roller coaster train, I could not tell where the top of the lift hill was. It seemed that this thing was extending on forever. We kept on climbing and climbing and climbing. Then I noticed the cars in front of us start leveling out. I don't know what's about to happen to me. My heart is pounding like crazy. We are at the top of the hill. Here it comes. We go over the top of that hill and my entire being was screaming. Down to the core of my personality. My stomach had exploded into a million pieces inside of me, and me and my friend Ashton had scrunched ourselves down to where we had both of our arms wrapped around the lap bar, hugging it for dear life as we hurled down this earth-shattering, mind-melting first drop. I was shook. I was shook to my core, and the rest of the roller coaster, I just seemed to be kind of a shell of a human being, wondering what is happening to myself right now. We get off the ride, and I decided that I never wanted to ride that again. Which was really sad to me because I still loved roller coasters. That just scared me a lot, and I wanted it to be fun. But it wasn't really fun. It was just really, really scary. We go to the back of the park to ride some other rides, and all the roller coasters we rode that day scared me. Except for one roller coaster called the Diamond Mine Run, which is this. Yeah, that was the only thing that didn't scare me that day. Except for maybe like the carousel and the water slides. Anyways, I left that day feeling really defeated and so bummed out that these roller coasters scared me so much. I wanted to ride them really badly, but I just hated the feeling of it. I wanted that feeling to go away. I wanted to not feel that feeling. And this continued on for a while. We went back to the park several times and I still felt so scared on every single roller coaster. Until one day, I was watching a TV show with my brother, and two guys were going to a theme park in this episode of the show. It was called Robin Big, if you remember that show. Big, who's the bodyguard, was talking about how much he liked to scare himself. That sentence right there clicked with me. I had never heard of someone enjoying the sensation of fear. He explained that in that moment of fear, you are truly 100% living in the moment, and that is where life is lived. I decided to adopt his perspective and start looking forward to the feeling and wanting to feel it rather than trying to reject it and avoid it. The next time we went to Magic Springs, it was totally different for me. I took Ashton with me immediately to the back of the park. I wanted to start off on a smaller coaster that I knew I could handle. So we rode Big Bad John, a mine train coaster that has some mild drop at the end of the ride that will give me that dropping feeling. The ride leading up to it was so much fun because I wasn't dreading that feeling anymore. This time I rode it with the intention of looking forward to that last drop. We ended up riding Big Bad John probably like 30 times in a row after that. Then we rode one more roller coaster, which is a little more intense, and rode that one over and over again too. I was becoming comfortable with the dropping feeling and becoming comfortable with the fear. With my confidence boosted, we walk up to the Arkansas Twister like we're on a freaking conquest to own this ride. We're strapped down, we're going up the hill, and I'm excited for that drop. I was ready for a longer, more intense experience. We go over the top of that hill, and it was like the perfect mixture of SpongeBob time traveling and when SpongeBob and Patrick get that sugar rush from the SpongeBob movie. It was incredible. All that fear had finally become fun and very exciting. It was like I was a new person. I felt like I could jump on any ride I wanted to, even if I felt scared to ride it. Alright you guys, that wraps up this story. I hope you're still with me because now I'm going to give you 3 tips that you might not expect on how to get over your fear of roller coasters. Tip number 1. Sit near the front of the roller coaster. You don't have to sit in the very front, but just sit closer to the front, like the second or third car. Sitting closer to the front will make the first drop less intense. As the roller coaster goes over the hill, the front part is only going as fast as the chain lift takes it over the hill, and then accelerates afterwards. Whereas the back of the roller coaster is going much faster over the top of the hill. The front part of the roller coaster is already over and picking up speed. That means the back is getting whipped over the top of that hill. Getting whipped over the top of the hill with more speed will make the dropping sensation a lot more intense. So a great way to become more comfortable with the dropping sensation is to start riding in the front of the roller coaster and then ride it immediately again in the car behind it and moving back each time you ride it. And that will get you more used to the dropping feeling as you slowly increase the intensity. Tip number 2, and what I've been talking about this whole video, is to try to look forward to that feeling. Try to look forward to experiencing that fear. For most people, it'll be really scary at first, so start small and work your way up. Just don't let those fears control you.
Fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all.
A lot of people think that being brave means not experiencing fear. But really, being brave means being afraid to do something and then doing the thing anyway. Looking the fear in the face, fully experiencing the fear, and not backing down. Tip number 3, my last recommendation, is to enjoy this time while you have it. If you're scared to ride a roller coaster and you finally ride that big roller coaster you've been wanting to ride, it's a huge accomplishment for you. Once your fear of roller coasters fades, so does that accomplishment feeling. It's still very, very fun to ride roller coasters, don't get me wrong, but you are in a very special time right now. Once you get to a certain point, you can't really go back to experience that super intense fear. So it's very important that you just enjoy it right now. As stupid as that sounds, to be able to enjoy a scary feeling, trust me, you might miss it years down the road. The only people who never get over their fear of roller coasters are people who don't try. People who let the fear control them and they back down from it and say, no man, that's not for me. There are plenty of people with medical conditions who cannot ride roller coasters, and I totally understand that. But everyone else who doesn't have medical conditions and are just scared, that's what I'm talking about. I can confidently say that it will happen for you because you are already taking steps to learn and grow past this fear by researching and watching this video. For example, a girl named Marissa commented on my last video a few months ago that she was going to King's Dominion and her friends really want her to ride Diamondback. Diamondback is a really tall roller coaster, by the way. It's like 200 feet tall. She's always wanted to ride it since she was a kid, but she's always been too scared. Too scared to even stand in line. Well, this time she used my tips from my last video. She told her friends she really wanted to ride this ride and to not let her back out. Then they also helped distract her and talk to her while she waited in line to help keep her calm. And even on the lift hill, her friends distracted her while they were going up to help keep her mind off the fear. Massive props, you have an awesome friend group that is so cool that they were there to support you. High five to all your friends. She also mentioned she focused on her breathing. That's something I talked about in my last video, and it's very important to focus on your breathing because that can literally slow your heart rate and physically make yourself calmer, while also distracting yourself from the fear by giving you something else to focus on. Alrighty guys, that's all I have to say for this video. I seriously hope this helps you. Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your stories about riding roller coasters, or if you think this video helped you. If you want to see some more of my life, I'm all about sharing fun, and I want you guys to have fun while you're watching my videos. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to have some awesome fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Best of luck to your riding adventures. Now get out there, use what you learned from this video, and ride some roller coasters. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.